What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 245. I'm tired. I just woke up.
Me too.
That's not true. You've been awake. You were at work and now you're eating before you go play volleyball. You're a volleyballist.
Yep, I am. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I have no clue what the plan is to yap today, other than we're here. We're vibing.
Yeah. What you been up to?
A whole lot of, so I'm working on this YouTube video kind of thing. I'm working on the setup for a YouTube video and have been for over a week now. I'm not even halfway to the setup point. Because I don't really want to elaborate, but I'm just gonna hit it with, there's this website that EA has that sucks so fucking hard. Also, this might give it away to anybody who knows anything. Apparently the Chicago Bears logo violates the NFL's content policy. So I find that really interesting. I'm leaving it at that, but yeah, apparently the Bears logo violates the NFL's content policy.
Huh.
That is the only one of the logos that appears to do so. I haven't tried them all, but tried quite a few.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the Bears suck. Even the NFL agrees. Maybe don't make your logo a toilet seat. Just a thought. Dude, there's just no way that The Grudge is gonna stay as our highest viewed horror movie, right? Fuck. I got distracted looking at podcast stats. So I'm looking at Dueling Fates, because apparently people enjoy a podcast that has a point. Who'd have thought, right?
Right. Yeah.
Apparently I should have, but yeah, because this podcast doesn't have a point, and I don't know how many people are actually enjoying it ever. But you know, what can you do? What's to be done?
I mean, we're just here for nostalgia at this point.
Pretty much. well, now it's just like, we can't break the streak.
Right.
You know, so is what it is. I do love that our most viewed episode on Dueling Fates is our Revenge of the Sith review. It bugs me that The Last Jedi is second, though. But it makes sense, because that is a controversial movie. It's controversial.
Yeah.
I find it funny that our lowest viewed one is Hancock. Apparently people don't like Will Smith.
Man. Yeah, I guess.
But it's Superman, but cooler.
Uh-huh.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go look at, we didn't upload an episode of Run the North last week, but apparently we still gained a sub. I don't really know how that happened. If we could just stay on topic, or not on topic, but if we could just stay functioning as a podcast over there, that'd be pretty cool. We seem to shoot ourselves in the foot a lot. It's pretty good. I don't know if you saw the video that came out today, but I went and ate Burger King without you.
I did see that.
Because I have to do basically everything out without you. So this morning, my brain decided to kick into overdrive and want to plan things. So I've been planning out my birthday subathon. You know, the thing happening in 5 months.
Yeah.
That's not true. When does that happen? I guess 3 months.
Well,
it's about
almost
3 months.
November.
Yeah. It's about 3 months, but was planning that out. One of the things I'm planning to do during the subathon, I planned an entire game around a singular joke I want to make. So you're gonna enjoy that because I'm making you come over and play a game
Oh,
for a single joke that I wanted to make.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now, but I almost don't want to know.
I can't tell you because if you know, it'll ruin the joke.
Well, I don't want to be the joke.
Well, you're not the joke, but you have to help push the joke along with your unknowingness. But
Huh.
yeah, I went and ate Burger King without you. It was the first time I
Enjoyed it, huh?
haven't gotten food poisoning from Burger King, so that's fine. It was fine. Like, I don't know. They did the onion rings for, like, they called them things rings for this meal. Burger
Oh,
King's onion rings have to be the blandest piece of shit onion rings. Well,
that's
I can't call them pieces of shit. I rated them as mid because they're just bland. They're vessels for
well, that's
sauce, and that's it. But they didn't give me any sauce. I asked for
right.
sauce. I got no sauce. Then the churro
Sounds like a
fry
Burger King to
things
do.
uh, are supposed to come with chocolate sauce. Didn't get that either.
They were
Uh,
just lacking on their sauces.
and then, yeah, because then on the Whopper, I did the thing I do. I customized the burger because, like, yeah, it's Wednesday's Whopper, but I'm not having mayo. Let's not ruin a burger.
Right.
So I swapped it out for just ketchup and mustard. And they only put it in the dead center of the burger. Just plopped dead in the middle. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Because my first 4 bites of that burger, I was like, they forgot to put ketchup and mustard on it. I specifically asked for ketchup and mustard. And then I took another bite and it's like, oh, it's only ketchup and mustard. It's like they cut out the center of the burger and just filled it with ketchup and mustard. It was
Well, it
not
doesn't help
great.
that the burger's like this fucking big too, so they got to do a little bit of this when they're putting ketchup on. Like,
See,
come on now.
just be like McDonald's with the Big Mac and just put so much sauce that the bitch is dripping.
Right.
just fucking coat it. The chicken Big Mac is fire though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and if you get a chicken Big Mac and then order a McDouble, and then take the top off of the chicken Big Mac and put the McDouble on there, might be the best thing ever at McDonald's.
Huh.
It was good. I mean, it's
That's
just a
wild.
giant chicken nugget on bread.
I mean,
And then it, for whatever reason, is the only time McDonald's cheese has ever been melty was on that sandwich. Don't know why, but it was. And that was great.
huh.
They melted the plastic. It was pretty impressive.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You finally found something that you like from Burger King. I might have to stop at Burger King and try it now that.
I mean, it's just a Whopper with Swiss cheese and a better bun because Burger King's bread is ass normally.
Right.
But yeah, it was pretty good. But it
Oh, that's
also
good.
is still not that good. I did give Burger King some credit though, because at least unlike what Wendy's did for the Krabby Patty, they actually changed something. Wendy's released the like Krabby Patty meal thing, and the
Mm-hmm.
Krabby Patty burger. It's just a Dave's single. They changed absolutely nothing. They didn't even
Just
give it a
changed the name.
gimmick, like, you know, well, we made the bun purple. No gimmick. It's just a Dave's single. Okay. Not that good. At least I think. Because as far as I know, they added nothing, which is great. Yeah, no, it's just a Dave's single, at least according to the internet. So love that.
That's less than thrilling. So
Yes.
good for them.
This week, when does Black Ops 6 come out? Soonish.
Yeah, I was about to say December.
No, like this month. It
Oh,
comes
this
out.
month?
Yeah, it's October. Comes out October 25th.
Fuck. And I'm not paid yet by then.
You're not going to get paid in the net. Oh, God, that's 4 days away. So what are you doing tomorrow?
I have fire training. Why?
Well, right after work and before fire training, I'm going to need you to come over. You've beaten Elden Ring, right?
Nope.
Oh, never mind then. I was going to come
Nope.
have you beat a
See,
boss because I can't beat it.
Which
Dude,
one is it?
I put Malekith, the like fourth to last one. Like I'm in the end of Elden Ring.
Oh.
But this boss, so I cheated. Not really. Everybody knew I was going to do this eventually, where I just modded it to make it easier. For whatever reason, Malekith. So I've listened to people talk about Elden Ring. There's this thing. It seems to happen with all like Souls games because of how they're designed. Every fight, I swear to God, I wish I knew how to look through the code and understand it. But I swear to God, every fight is predetermined, whether you can win it or not, and it has nothing to do with how well you play.
Really?
100%. Because when you look at like a Reddit of people talking about, when you look up, I can't beat Malekith, what do? There's always somebody, it took me 80 hours and 7,000 tries. And then the next reply is, it took me 4 minutes. He was the easiest boss in the game. And it's like that with every single boss. People have done this test. Somebody breaking into your house?
Somebody's trying to break into my house?
Sick. All right. What the hell is happening? But I don't want to continue that conversation. But Malekith is kicking my ass. It's true. Malekith is kicking my ass. I might have to mute him. But maybe not. Pat McAfee set a record.
I have a feeling this next weekend's going to be a little more fruitful.
Uh-oh. He's having conversations. I'm going to go ahead and mute him, though. I think that worked. Yeah. Oh, God. Get out of there. What do you mean Pat McAfee new record? Sorry. So I'm on Zach Bushy's Today Off stream newslettery thing. And apparently some stuff occurred, but I can't find the stuff that occurred. Streaming industry news. Apparently Blue Sky is passing Twitter. So we might be switching to Blue Sky instead of Twitter, which is a dub. The Pat McAfee show had over 50 million views across all platforms. Perhaps YouTube Live's biggest success story. Dude's killing it. Dude's killing it. Which is good. Yeah, last night we so I don't know what conversations to have because Wonder's not here. But I'm gonna talk about Black Ops 6, I guess. While he's busy over there. Yeah, so Black Ops 6 is coming in now 4 days. Can I start the download on that? I think that's the question. That's the question of importance here is can we download COD on Duty? COD on Duty. No. It's only Modern Warfare. What the fuck? I swear to God, is Black Ops 6 not coming to PC Game Pass? Play day one with PC Game Pass. Okay. Can I not download it until day one or something? I'm so confused. Oh, do I just have to download like Call of Duty through Game Pass and then it'll be there? Is that how that works? Is that how that works? I might have to go uninstall and then reinstall COD on Duty. Interesting. Because I guess it would just be getting the launcher. Interesting. Interesting. All right, well, whatever. I think I know what I have to do now, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Ooh. Fourth Wall's having some days. There we go. He's arrived. What is happening? Okay, this is entertaining. He is fucking with his door. What are you doing? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening?
Oh, what Hulk smashed and pushed the door too hard and it went all the way through the door frame?
Well, that door is weirdly small for the frame for whatever reason. I haven't seen that big of gaps around a door outside of a fucking bathroom stall in my life. Also, what is it with American bathroom stalls?
Right? I don't get it.
Don't go to the floor. What? Huge gaps in the door. Just don't have stalls at that point. Just have toilets. You might as well. They're open anyways.
I've always thought that too. I remember going to it'd been elementary.
Our elementary school where we had curtains.
Yeah, so the girls had all nice stalls, and then the boys, you'd walk in there, and you just had fucking curtains that weren't big enough for the doorway. So you'd have a gap like this wide, and then on the other side there was another gap that was like this wide, and then like 2 out of the 3 stalls had a big ass tear right in the middle of it. So you're trying to poop and you're holding the curtain out and trying to like. I hated those bathrooms. Then I had those weird urinals that like went all the way into the floor.
Yeah.
And they always stunk so bad. I don't think they drained right or something, and they just reeked. Like, sad to see the building tore down because it was kind of a historical building, but also I was like, that building was kind of a piece of crap.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Then watching them tear it down, like they used like an excavator, a really big excavator, and they just kind of swung it over and smacked the side of it, and the whole wall went poof. I was like, this building would not have been very fun to be in if there was like a tornado or something.
I think it would have been fine.
Yeah. I mean, you probably would have been fine if you got in the basement underneath the stage. You remember that?
Yeah.
The creepy haunted basement that our PE teacher always told us was haunted. And we believed him. Still kind of believe him to this day. Because there was some weird shit that would happen in that basement.
Oh? You know what? I don't want to know. What were we talking about? Something about Elden Ring. Oh, but yeah, it's like the thing where like you can just look on the internet and everybody talks about this game as like everybody has 3 bosses that they just can't beat, and it's always different for each person. And they're like, I even built my character the same way as my friend, and we would struggle with different bosses. Bosses that, as other characters, we hadn't struggled with before. Like, I swear to God, it is just programmed in the game. All right, this one's extra difficult, and so the other night when I was playing, so I played the first night against Malekith, so I like beat the fire giant, got to Malekith, and was like able to dodge fine. I just like didn't know all of his moves and whatever, but I was able to dodge all of his attacks. The next night when I started playing, perfect dodges, he would just hit me in the middle of them. Every time. The game just artificially inflating the difficulty again to pretend it's a good game. It's a shit game. and it drives me insane.
I've been stuck on the fire giant. So
Dude, that guy sucked. It pissed me off.
Yeah, no kidding. Because technically, like I built my character as like a kind of like a tank kind of guy.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have very good mobility, but he can take a freaking hit. Not from this fire giant guy. He gets hit like once or twice.
I was
going
gonna
to
say the fire giant was killing me in like 3 or 4, and that's with me like having a ridiculous. So the way my game's set up is stuff does less damage. I do more damage and take less. Like it's not like I'm taking 0 because I still get my ass handed to me all the time. It basically just took it from, you know, in Call of Duty terms from fucking. No, I'm gonna have to go Madden terms or like college football terms. It took it from Heisman to like All-American. Still not easy, but you can actually deal with it most of the time.
Right.
Go play as Wyoming against Penn State on Heisman on College Football 25 and tell me how you really feel. And then have the game crash right as you beat them in overtime. I was so pissed. I cooked, man. I cooked. Yeah. I think that was the first time in years I spiked a fucking controller. I was so pissed.
You want to know what happened to me?
Ooh, stuff happened to wonder.
Damn league with.
Oh yeah, the league I'm not currently active in. Yeah.
Yes. So I played. I can't remember who, but so it was CSU. I played CSU
because it sucks to be a CSU Ram.
So I was in. So I had to go to CSU.
Ooh.
And we start the game, and I'm like, "Fuck! Why are we both wearing white jerseys?" And if you remember right, like the away CSU uniforms, it's like white with like a kind of like off gold helmet and off gold pants.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing white with white helmet and gold pants. And when you're looking at a distance, you can't tell who's who.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck are we both white?
Because he chose to wear white.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, if that was the case, you could have had me wear gold, like all gold.
You should have been watching.
Brown or no, but that's the thing.
Oh, he didn't
he didn't change. And so at the end of the game, I'm like, well, it's kind of fucking sucked that we were both white. And he goes, what?
Oh, you should have streamed it from your end or taken a picture. Because nobody's going to believe you.
I thought they were both just white. And he's like, no, they were like, I was like a dark, like a black, I guess he said it was like black or something. I don't know what their jerseys look like.
Oh, I think they have a black alternate right now.
And then he said, you were brown. And I'm like, well, I wasn't brown on my end. I picked my away jersey, just like you should have been home. And he's like, well, I picked my usual home jersey. And I'm like, well, I'm like, that fucked me up so bad because I took a big lead like in the first half. I was ahead by like 3 touchdowns in the first half just because he kept throwing pick sixes, you know. And then after that, he stopped throwing pick sixes and was doing okay, but I couldn't tell. Like I hardly did any offense in the first half, so I didn't really have to worry about it too much. But I couldn't tell who the hell was who half the time. So I'm like, oh, I got a wide open player here, and I'd throw and I'd get an interception because that was not my player. Or there was, 2 players close to each other, and I thought they were both my players, so I thought, oh, they're wide open. It was a defender. I'm like, well, god damn it, dude, I can't see who is who. Nice. And then I realized after the game was over, like, I'm like, well, this is what was happening. He's like, oh, really? Well, and then didn't really acknowledge it much, and I was like, well, fuck. I didn't record. I didn't take a picture. Nothing. I just thought it was the same for him as it was for me. So I was like, well, whatever. If it's the same for him as it is for me, then I'm not real worried about it. Other than it still fucking sucks. But yeah, it was fine for him.
Well, not really if you were wearing brown and he was wearing black. I mean, that's still different enough that you'd notice, but...
Right.
It wasn't
But
fine. The game was broke.
I was all brown though on his side, and he had at least like the gold, like light gold pants and stuff. So you could figure out who was who at that point. Problem was at a distance, white and light gold and white and gold look exactly the same when they're farther down the field.
Yeah.
They're just a white blob basically. But yeah, whatever. I'm not worried about it. I get a force win this week, so it's not a big deal.
Woo, force win.
Yeah, I'll take the wins. I'm more excited. I doubt we'll probably play another year, but
You probably will.
oh,
You bought just college football, right? You didn't buy the bundle that got you Madden?
no, just college football.
So you should join the Madden League. Don't worry, I'm not in that one currently either. I don't have time.
No, thank you. Yeah, same. I'm struggling to keep up with being gone for 2-3 days at a time.
Yeah.
I barely got to play the game yesterday that I was supposed to, so it was almost a forced win for him. But I got home I came home early, is why I was able to play it. Otherwise, he would have just got a forced win. So at least I got some stats for my players, you know. But I don't know. NCAA is wild. I'm because I'm part of like the, what do you call it, the Big Ten, or
I was gonna say you're in a new conference now. You've been realigned.
So I'm in a new conference now, and I'm ranked, and so because of that, like my recruiting area, the players are a lot better now. Like there's a lot more opportunity to get better players versus every fucking player that choose from that'll actually come to your school is like a 2 or a 3 star. Now I'm actually getting like 4 stars consistently to look at.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So that maybe next year next couple of years, my team will actually compete. Although I'm competing anyway with, having a not very good team. My fastest player is a 92, and he's a DB.
Nice.
Yep. So my fastest player on offense is my tight end.
Love that.
With an 89.
Why is Twitter so shit? I know why. Apparently, I'm looking into a thing. I might be convincing you to. Well, you don't really use Twitter, but use something that isn't Twitter. I might start pushing everybody towards it. I have to try it out, though. It's called Blue Sky, and it's basically just what Twitter was before the terrorist took over. Elon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue Sky, it literally, looking at it, it just looks like Twitter from 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this actually might be a good place. Okay, that's kind of sick. So Christopher Nolan's got a new movie coming out in 2026. 2026 basically just has the greatest set of at least directors planning to release films ever.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to find the exact list. We know for sure we're getting Matt Reeves' Batman 2. We're getting a new Jordan Peele movie. We're getting a Mike Flanagan movie. Steven Spielberg's making another space epic. Christopher Nolan is now, it's apparently leaked what he's making. It's going to be a period horror film about vampires in the 1920s starring Tom Holland and Matt Damon.
Oh.
The Oppenheimer guy's making a horror movie. Let's go.
That sounds horrific.
It'll probably be great. So I'm intrigued. 2026 is going to be great for movies.
Good, because there hasn't been shit for movies for a while. I'm kind of sad about it.
True. Well, apparently there's a lot of good ones. Nobody just goes and sees them. No, so the reason I said, why does Twitter suck? is I just typed in Vikings because I wanted to see, like, they play on Thursday, so it's already time for the news cycle of who's playing this week to, like, be kicked into gear.
Uh-huh.
And the first post I see is talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jerome Bettis, and an AI generated image that Donald Trump posted.
Oh.
Why is any of this popping up under Vikings? This has nothing to do with the Vikings.
It's NFL.
That doesn't mean anything. I didn't type in NFL. Fucking useless ass website. God damn.
That's a good ass game though. I know the Vikings lost, but
Ugh. Dude, I have loved watching Lions fans try to be like, well, it really wasn't as close as that score shows. Yes, it was. You know what's fucked, though? This is an important thing to say. The Vikings played their worst game of the year, and you beat them by 2 on a last-second field goal.
mm-hmm.
Stop pretending you're miles better than us. The Vikings-Lions is really just we're going to knock each other out, and one of us will be there at the end. Congrats, you got the last blow in that game. Don't be so sure it'll happen again.
Right. Want to bet $1,000 on it, whether or not it happens again?
As long as we actually have, I think the big ones are Justin Jefferson and Sam Darnold. As long as we have those two, I'll bet that we can beat you next time. If those two are hurt, those two, or Aaron Jones, he might be the most valuable player on our offense.
Right. Yeah, watching that dude.
Aaron Jones is so good, dude. I'm so glad the Packers are fucking stupid.
Dude, watching him, like, he, like, blocked down, and I don't know if he's got eyes in the back of his head, but he, like, blocked and then, like, right side rolled out and freaking pancaked a guy that was, like, free blitzing on Sam Darnold.
Yeah. But yeah, you want to hear the interesting thing about this game? This is the most even box score I've ever seen between two teams. Total yards, the Lions had 391, the Vikings had 383. Passing yards, 247 for the Lions, 244 for the Vikings. Rushing yards, 144 and 139. Yards per play, the Lions had 7, the Vikings had 7.4. First downs was 19-16. Third down efficiency, both were 4 out of 10. The Lions were 0 of 1 on fourth. The Vikings didn't go for it on fourth down. The Lions had 56 plays. The Vikings had 52. They both allowed 4 sacks. The Lions punted 4 times. The Vikings punted 3. They both had 8 penalties. Both had a single turnover, and the time of possession was within a minute.
Holy shit.
That was the definition of evenly fought. And it's really weird because it was really just a game of swings. Because the Vikings came out hot, and then the Lions lit the fuck up and scored basically all of their points consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Vikings heated up at the very end. And then a really unlucky ending to the game that is mostly just, I'm a little upset at Kevin O'Connell. People are upset at the play call on that third down with like 3 minutes left in the fourth, where he had Sam Darnold rolling right. And, well, you have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison on the same side of the field. That's stupid. You have Darnold rolling right. You're not putting one of your good receivers running a route to the left. That's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a design bootleg. Of course, they're all going to be on this side. Sam just kind of airmailed it, and that's not great. But also, it's 4th and 4. Yeah, I get you're on your own side of the field, and I get trust in your defense. But also, there's only 3 minutes left, and a field goal gives them the lead. Go for it. Fuck it. If they're already in field goal range, you force them to kick the field goal, and then you give yourself time. Instead, you punt it. They get to drain the clock as they march down the field, kick the field goal, and give you 15 seconds. And we still almost had a shot at a field goal. The damn penalty. Right. And I got to figure out, I haven't like rewatched that last play enough to figure out how it was a legal formation. I'm guessing we just didn't have a receiver lined up on the line of scrimmage. They called it on Christian Darrisaw, but from what I've seen, he was lined up perfectly. It couldn't have been on him. So
Right.
We must just not have had enough guys on the line of scrimmage, and I want to know who and why. But I know a 68-yard record-breaking field goal is a little ridiculous, but imagine if that was the attempt to end the game instead of just a failed Hail Mary.
Right.
Because nobody's mad at Will the Thrill if you miss from 68. You go, fuck.
Right.
But you make it from 68 and you're a legend. It would have been so sick. I wanted to see it so bad. I'm so mad that they called a penalty on that, man. I'm so mad.
I am happy that Amari Cooper got a touchdown. But it was kind of a funny touchdown. Because on that play, he had no clue what the fuck was happening.
Wait, what?
He literally...
No, what did you say?
I said he had, on that play that he scored a touchdown, he had no clue. Amari Cooper.
Oh, okay. That's what I was so confused on. I'm like, who are we talking about? What touchdown? I totally zoned it out. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, so he comes up to the line of scrimmage and Josh sees something he doesn't like. And so he's like, check. You know, Amari Cooper goes, you can just see it. Like, he just like stands up for a second. He's like, what the fuck does that mean? So he looks over at a rookie, Keon Coleman, and goes like this, like, bro, what the fuck does that mean? What am I running? And Keon Coleman's like, just run. Just go straight. And he's like, bet. And he just fucking runs straight, kind of goes to the right a little bit. And Josh Allen goes, oh, fuck, throws it to him in the end zone. He gets the first touchdown. He had no clue what the fuck he was supposed to be doing, which it's only his first day or fourth day being with the Bills. So he didn't know what, you know, Josh was calling for, because he's seen something he didn't like. He was like, check. And then he's just like, what do I do? What does that mean? Keon's like, you just see a point.
I'm watching the video now. That is really funny. Oh God, what is help?
But it was fun. But it also drives me nuts because, like, he dropped the first pass that came to him. You know, it was, you know, good pass. He just dropped it.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, he's washed. He's terrible. He's washed. It's like, no, he's probably not used to actually having a quarterback and actually hit him in the fucking hands. He's had to deal with Watson for the last God knows how long. And
I loved, so Miller, people are mad that we're celebrating the Watson injury. I've always said, I don't celebrate injuries unless you're a shit person. Then I'm celebrating. I'm hyped. Right. His season's done. His career might be done. I'm pretty hyped about that. Don't care. Call me a bad person. But somebody was like, yeah, celebrating this and then being happy that Jameis Winston's the quarterback is really dumb. It's like, I don't think you know who me and Miller are. We don't think Jameis should be the quarterback. It should be the guy that they made the starter when Deshaun got hurt. Jameis wasn't the second string guy. It was DTR. DTR should be the starter for the Browns moving forward. Unless, because he also got hurt in that game. So unless he is still hurt. Right. If he's good to go, he should be the one going.
I'm not going to celebrate the injury.
I am.
Like you.
You should.
I'm going to go ahead and say it couldn't happen to a more fitting person. But I'm not celebrating
it. He's just trying to make himself look better on the internet.
Yep, absolutely. I got to be the bigger person.
I don't think you're... What the fuck? Must be in Australia. Finn Balor posted a picture of himself. I don't know if it's a surfboard or not, but he's on some sort of board out in the water. And he's like doing a handstand on it. But then the picture's like rotated, so the water's at the top of the picture, and it looks like he's hanging off of the earth. Must be in Australia. That just tracks.
Yeah, right. Because the earth's flat, you know?
Well, no, what?
The earth's flat, so it ends in Australia.
No, I'm saying he must be in Australia because the earth is a ball. Australia's down
Oh.
here, so you're
Nope, it's
hanging
flat.
off. You fucking moron.
Not flat.
Well, Earth's not
It's
really a
flat.
ball, though it is, because if you were to shrink it down to the size of a cue ball and run your finger across it, it would be smoother than a cue ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Weird facts with Geek.
Want to throw ourselves into a black hole and see if it
Honestly, kind of.
turns us into a ball?
What? Wait, what? No, wait, what? That's not how black holes work.
Well,
I thought
do we really know how black holes work?
kinda. I'm down to throw myself into a black hole because I want to know what happens. But like,
Right.
I know
I feel like
if you're looking for the conclusion of if it'll turn us into a ball, you're gonna be really disappointed.
it's going to turn us into a noodle.
Kind of, yes.
Either way, I'm down.
I'm down to be a
I wanna-
noodle.
I want to be noodleified.
Incredible.
I'd be a better noodle than ramen noodle.
Whoa. Watch your mouth.
I said what I said.
You're an idiot. Oh, yeah, there's 2 football games tonight.
Oh, there is? Who plays?
Shall we bake? Ravens, Bucks, and Chargers, Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fantasies have pretty much just fell apart except for one. I
my
have one fantasy.
shit ain't
I got
going
one
good.
fantasy league that has 11 injuries on it.
Love that for you.
Yep.
I wonder
I've
how
had to
Kevin's league that's for money is doing. He wasn't home this week, so I don't know if he edited his lineup at all. I don't know.
also tell Kevin don't feel bad though because we walked 18 miles in 2 days and didn't see shit other than sage grouse. So
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that for you.
but we're headed back up there Thursday night after dark, so that's gonna suck. We have to go to that other town.
Why? Why are you going there?
Because this is the maybe first and only opportunity that Cody gets a chance to shoot an elk. So I'm really trying hard to get him an elk.
Maybe you should have taken him to where you shot yours,
Well,
not to the mountain that doesn't have any elk.
it doesn't yet.
You go there every year and you've never shot an elk there. You always shoot them down here. So the mountain has never and will never
That's
have
not
elk.
true. I have nearly 100% success rate up on the mountain where we're hunting. The only reason I don't have 100% success rate is because my mother missed 7 times at like 12 yards. So that's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
No. Nope. I'm not gonna shoot it for you. She wanted me to, but I was like, no, you're gonna shoot your own goddamn elk. And it worked out for her because a year later she ends up shooting one right behind our house, and it's like a massive elk, like really large, and we were able to just drive right up to it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So whatever. We'll be up there probably Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. Most likely.
Is Kirk Cousins just back to being ass?
Kirk doesn't know what he is.
How do you get blown out by the Seahawks? They have the worst defense in football right now because they're so injured. How do you get your ass beat like that?
I don't know. Maybe he gave up already.
He threw 2 interceptions because he's bad.
Mm.
You know, Kirk, you have to win these games because you just knocked yourself out of the playoffs by like
Right.
a pretty sizable margin. Because right now, the playoffs would be the Packers wouldn't be in the playoffs. That's wild. Oh, no, they would as of right now because scheduling, because they have one more win. But if you were to even everything out, it would be the Lions is the 1 seed, which is so annoying. The Commanders is the 2 seed. The Buccaneers is the 3 seed. The Seahawks is the 4 seed. Vikings is the 5 seed, even though they have the second best record of all of those teams. The Packers at the 6 seed, and the Bears at the 7 seed. the entire NFC North would be in the playoffs right now. The Eagles would have a chance because they beat the Packers and are 4-2, but the Packers are currently 5-2 because unlike the Eagles, they haven't had a bye yet. So by percentage, the Packers get in.
I'm just freaked out because I feel like Josh, he hasn't thrown an interception yet. So I'm freaked out at the fact that he's just going to get them all out in one game and have like 7 interceptions in a game.
Yeah, and it'll be the playoff game.
Probably. Although he seems to do better in interceptions as far as playoff games go.
I'm so glad I didn't let the internet change my tune on Brock Purdy this year.
Right.
Every time he's played good defenses, he looks like a shithead. Dude, I'm so happy the Chiefs annihilated the Niners. I hate the 49ers and their fans. People are way too in on the 49ers all the time. You've had the most talented roster in football for 5 years and have done fucking nothing.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sick of you existing at this point. Well, they don't have CMC. If you can't win games because one guy is out, you're a shit football team. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. Especially since you're supposedly have the best roster, one of the best rosters
that guy is your quarterback. I will keep saying this because quarterback's the most important position. If your quarterback is the guy that's out, sure, your season's allowed to crumble. Because I was going to say, look at last year. The Vikings were 0-3 with Justin Jefferson and then went 3-0 without him. And then Cuzzo got hurt, and it all went downhill from there.
Right.
But it's like there's, big differences there. But if you can't win without CMC while still having a running back that's averaging 4 yards a carry, I can't help you. Now Brandon Ayuk's out forever, and that's very sad.
I know. That's another person I had on like 3 of my freaking leagues.
But
I have so many people on injured reserves and out, and it's like...
You know who else sucks at football? Patrick Mahomes. He's got more interceptions than touchdowns this year.
Yeah, but he wins some fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Oh. I don't know. It's going to catch up to him eventually.
Is it?
If you ask me, if he keeps turning the ball over.
No, see, the issue is they're just going to keep winning until he figures it out, and then they're going to keep winning.
Probably. They got a decent defense, I guess, that bails them out. So far.
Damn, no Quentin Johnston tonight for the Chargers. Also, no, what's his name? Joey Bosa.
I don't have either one of those people, so that's a good thing.
I really hope this isn't true. And I really don't want to get actually political, but like, apparently, a class action lawsuit has been filed against Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Pfizer, and Moderna. Number one, if you're filing a lawsuit over anything to do with COVID, you don't get to include Biden's name. The vaccine rollout started under a different president. Thank you. Sorry, dude.
Right.
That's how that works. You don't get to blame the next guy who just came in after the mess you created and go, well, it was his fault. It's like you go into the McDonald's bathroom and there's shit all over the walls, and you walk out and report it, and they go, well, we're going to arrest you for shitting on the walls. It's like, okay, I guess. That's dumb. But no, the lawsuit demands an end to the COVID-19 vaccines, chemtrails, and 5G tech. So the big one there to me is 5G tech. You want to end chemtrails? Sure. If you can explain to me what you think a chemtrail is, then sure. No, the things, the lines of stuff you see out of an airplane flying through the sky is not chemtrails. just water vapor. It's just a cloud. You fucking bozo. And
Right.
5G tech. So you want to get rid of Wi-Fi, basically, because 5G has been the standard in Wi-Fi, I believe, since 2016. So you want to regress. 5G was around long before it was in phones. You're just actually too stupid to know what's going on.
So basically, they're just suing to try and get rid of them with no evidence.
Well, they
just don't like it, so they're going to sue to get rid of it.
5G has been since hold on. Since 2018. Sorry. So again, if you're gonna name a person in office in that lawsuit, you have to name the other guy, actually. Because again, that rolled out under the other guy.
Right.
None of this actually has to do with the sitting president at all. None of it. But if you're going to pick one, you have to pick the one who was sitting at the time the thing you have a problem with existed. That's how that works. Jesus Christ. But like, why? That's all I got is why.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess people are stupid.
We knew this. It's not really surprising. But that's the way of the world right now. If you don't like something, sue them. You don't even know what the fuck you're suing them for, really. You just know you don't like it, so we're going to sue you.
Oh my God, there are still people trying to say that the chemtrails are what created the hurricane that hit North Carolina. Dude,
it's definitely not the jet stream been sitting in the same fucking spot
right,
for months on end.
Well, it's also definitely not the fact that, hurricanes have happened every year in this exact area, this exact same way. Yeah, this hurricane was worse. Why? Let me hit you with some actual science and tell you actually how the world works. I know that's shocking.
Mm-hmm.
So, what creates hurricanes? Can you tell me?
Changes in the ocean temperature that causes...
Yes, warm, moist air interacting with warm ocean water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, why are hurricanes getting more frequent and worse? Oh, it's because water's warmer now. And then air is warmer now. Huh, weird. So, that happens. Why was this one so extra bad? Oh, probably because all of the areas inland that then got extra hit by this hurricane had already been experiencing torrential rainfall and flooding and had had more rain than ever in their history. Wet ground operates the same way as an ocean because it's still water. So that is just more warm water. So the hurricane didn't slow down as fast because the land was wet. Just like if a hurricane could make it to fucking Lake Michigan, guess what? It would just gain steam then. That is how hurricanes work. Yes, it didn't lose as much momentum because the ground was saturated with water that was warm.
The other one that got me was they're seeding the air and causing these storms, and so that's why we're getting northern lights. It's definitely not the geomagnetic freaking...
Yeah, it's definitely not that the sun is on 11-year cycles, and we're currently in the peak of one of the sun's cycles. This happens all the time. This isn't news. Like, this is just... And we're able to know that these things are happening. That's why there's nothing happening from it other than some northern lights. You notice how our electrical grid hasn't been affected at all by anything? It's because we're able to prepare, because we know that these cycles exist and know how to handle them and watch for them.
Mm-hmm. You want to know the funniest shit I've heard recently?
What's that?
So I recently had a female hit me up.
I I don't like the way you
and
said
was
that.
like, she was like, "You guys have a volcano?" And I was like, "What?"
Yes.
She's like, "You guys have a volcano?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, technically." She's like, "Where?" And I'm like, um, northern Wyoming, Yellowstone,
Northwestern, but yes.
whatever. It's, you know, one of the largest. Is it the is it it is the largest volcano, super volcano in
I don't know actually.
world, isn't
Let me
it?
double check.
I'm not. I'm thinking it is,
Largest
but
volcano. Uh, Largest active one is Mauna Loa in Hawaii, apparently.
I thought Yellowstone was
Well,
up
it's
there.
not considered active, but no.
Oh,
Apparently, yeah, it's actually the. I'm gonna butcher this name. Apalaki caldera in the Philippine Sea. It is has a diameter of 93 miles, which is twice the size of Yellowstone.
huh.
So there you go. The more you know.
But anyway,
Apalaki.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think that's
it
correct pronunciation, but hey.
it kind of cracked me up because I was like, I was telling, I mentioned like earthquakes, and she's like, well, how would you know if it was going to erupt? Would you know? I was like, well, technically, not really. I mean,
There
it
would
would
be
get
signs. I mean, it's
there'd be
monitored
signs,
so
but
heavily.
yeah, I mean, there would be signs, but this thing has spikes where it has a shitload of earthquakes
Right.
in a day, and you're like, oh shit, is it getting, But then it just settles down.
Or it
And she's
just
like,
be
earthquakes? You guys have earthquakes?
or it's just going
I'm
to be
like,
like Mount St. Helens where it's just like there
yeah,
was no sign and then suddenly kaboom.
boom, yeah. I feel like that's how it's gonna be.
I don't.
But
Yellowstone's too weird and too overly monitored. Like you're even if you know it's a volcano, you're not monitoring a mountain in the same way. Yellowstone being a
right,
national forest and being like a scientific hotspot anyways,
mhm,
it's so monitored that they notice every oddity that happens. And for a
right,
caldera to do anything, there would be oddities
yeah,
that would grow like suspicion.
right.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
where's
but I
this
was like,
person
she's
from?
like Nebraska,
Oh,
so not that far away actually.
okay. So I was
So
going to
I
be
was like,
less judgy if you're like, they're from, Florida. Like, yeah, what the fuck do
yeah,
they know about here? That's fair.
but I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't know this stuff. She's like, well, is it gonna erupt? And I'm like, it could.
Someday,
You know,
probably.
someday. I said we're like 100 years overdue
Maybe.
according to
Right.
science, but it's unpredictable. You can't predict. It's not like it happens on the day of every 100,000 years or something.
Right.
So, she genuinely started to panic. She was like, "Would that affect where I live?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Yes, it would affect the whole world. Basically, most likely, if that erupts, well, I'm probably not going to survive, you know, but the whole world would basically be thrown back into an ice age because the amount of ash it
Well,
would
and it
throw into
depends
our
because
atmosphere."
so technically the last eruption at Yellowstone wasn't an eruption. It was just a lava flow about
Mm,
70,000 years ago, which actually could be the explanation for why it's so overdue is because it's not. It didn't have a super eruption, but it had a lava
it just
flow,
let
which
off a
is,
little steam.
but that could, change a lot. So,
Yeah,
like, I don't
but
know.
if it like goes boom
Right.
and has a super eruption, it most likely would send us back into an ice age, the whole world, because it would block out the sun, for a very, very long time. And no sun to the earth makes very, very cold. So, yeah, would not be a very fun time
Yeah.
for life on earth.
If they had a full super eruption, the like actual map, I like looking at the actual map. Basically, the entirety of Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Places covered in ash, like majorly, would be all of the surrounding, like Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, the Dakotas. And then the secondary major ash zone is all the way out to Wisconsin, Missouri, Illinois, Oklahoma, Texas, Oregon, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like the immediate effect before all that ash hits the atmosphere and goes everywhere. Because remember,
Mm-hmm.
The what we're calling the kill zone for like Mount St. Helens was like a mile,
Mm-hmm.
and ash from that reached here.
Yep. It rained
So,
ash on people's vehicles.
Yep.
Ugh.
Apparently,
Anyway,
there was
I gotta
another
go to
volcano in Washington that almost erupted, or like people were worried about it. I don't know. I can't remember. Mount Adams.
Oh.
Yeah, so Mount Adams in Washington. A normally quiet, high-threat volcano in Washington state has been rumbling at a record pace, prompting an alert from geologists who said there's little chance it'll erupt soon. I always love that. I mean,
Can't rule it out.
okay, well, no matter what, the odds of an eruption are very little, no matter what. Like, the odds are very low. But none of these were big earthquakes, but they range from 0.9 to 2.0 on the scale. It normally has just one every 2 or 3 years, and it's had 7 since September.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. There's something moving under that mountain. Doesn't mean it's actually anywhere close to blowing, but there's something moving under there. Yeah.
Oh, well, I should probably get my ass to volleyball.
Boo, bro's gonna play volleyball.
I know. Takes me about 30 minutes to get there, so.
Does it? Does it really?
Yeah. Because I got to stop and grab my vitamin water.
Bro needs vitamin water. Why don't you just buy a case of vitamin water?
I did. I'm out. Now I got to buy an individual one.
Ugh. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
I think Charles Barkley might just be a hater. So they put out Charles Barkley, Shaq, and Kenny, the Jet Smith, put out their top 20 NBA players list going into this year. Shaq has LeBron at 5. Kenny has LeBron at 2. Chuck has him at 11. And not as the best player on the Lakers. Okay. He has done nothing so far to show us that he is not still one of the 3 best players in the world. If you want to give credit to younger guys like Shaq did, cool. But he also still has Steph and LeBron in the top 5, as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, give some credit to these other guys, then absolutely do that. But come on now. That's a little ridiculous. You can't tell me the Lakers would rather have Anthony Davis than LeBron right now. Like, one of them's going to be injured for the next 3 months. Pick one. They're picking Anthony Davis every time. That's awful.
Right.
But goofy. All right. Well. Oh, that was the Vikings thing from earlier. TJ Hawkinson is actually like fully practicing again. Dalton Reisner was a full participant, and the Vikings' one weakness on their offensive line has been their right guard because Ed Ingram's a terrorist. Can't wait for him to get benched. Dalton Reisner to take his spot again. Been waiting for this day. That was the other thing that Lions fans were saying. Well, we didn't have Aiden Hutchinson, so really it should have been a blowout. It's like, we didn't have Blake Cashman or Dalton Reisner or TJ Hawkinson or Do you want me to go on and make a list of all of the corners that we don't have? Like, come on now. We all have injuries. And I loved well, yeah, TJ's the third best tight end in football, but Aiden Hutchinson's the best edge rusher. No, he's not. He's not Micah Parsons. He's not TJ Watt. He's not Myles Garrett. Shit, I don't even know if he's Danielle Hunter, bro. Chill out. He's great. But he's not even kind of close to being one.
Mm-hmm.
That's like coming out and saying, well, Jordan Love, he's the best quarterback in football. He might be a top 10 quarterback, but he's nowhere near one. That's just disrespectful as a motherfucker. I don't know who is one right now. It's probably Josh. I mean, it's still Mahomes, but it's probably Josh based off of current at this moment. But also, if you're telling me tomorrow I need to pick a quarterback for a game to save my life, I'm picking Mahomes every time.
Right.
And everyone except for the most biased Bills fan is doing the same thing. I think.
Right.
The only other option is like, can I get Brady out of retirement or nah? But all right, Wonder wants to end, so we'll end. So I think that'll do it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.